on February the 4th, down at Spanish Bay in Pebble Beach, my good friend Mark Gale, former San Jose State University women's golf coach, is going to be honored as one of the inductees with the Northern California Golf Hall of Fame. And Mark, another award for you.
It's been a long time since I've been with golf, but I'm glad that San Jose State's being recognized once again.
Well, you certainly did a lot of great things in your 19 years as a San Jose State women's golf coach, and just maybe a quick summary of what that was like for you, the athletics department, and the university.
Well, it was fun for me, a fun 19 years, and maybe the 92 tournaments we won helped it along, and the 3 championships, the memories of those will never leave, and I can remember the 18th hole of all 3 of them like it were yesterday.
San Jose State was the first women's golf program to win 3 NCAA championships. What kind of meaning does that have to you?
Well, whenever you have a record for a little while, it's it's pleasing to you to me as an individual. But I had the university at heart, and we needed recognition, and we got it.
You took over a program from that was in its infancy and built it into a consistent national championship power. What do you think were some of the factors that helped establish a program and then led to building it into what it became?
Well, 2 young players, Sheehan and Juli Inkster, were played on the team one year together, and those two, their careers, and I think they put an extra battery in Juli Inkster because she's still going and going. And so people wrote and called me and wanted to play at a school that Juli Inkster and Sheehan played at, and they wanted to know where San Jose was. And I said, San Jose is halfway between San Francisco and Pebble Beach, and that's where we play golf. And they signed their contracts.
You had a pretty novel approach, I think, to recruiting student athletes and outstanding golfers. Maybe if you can explain that, to those who are listening to us today in terms of, you didn't have the big dollars to go out and recruit student athletes, but as you say, outstanding players always found a way to San Jose State.
Well, I talked to their fathers or mothers, and they're concerned when they send someone from Australia or London or Sweden over here. They're concerned about them, and I said, don't worry, I have 6 children of my own, and we'll take care of your daughter. And we did, and they were all very, very good students, and several of them have stayed right here in the Bay Area and continued their jobs.
And so, in terms of that, maybe in one respect, I remember you saying at one of the championships that you wanted to use golf as a means to further one's education, not so much the formal education, but just the education to be able to go out and be a contributing citizen. And you, in effect, recruited the world.
They came from many spots of the world. And then I was a stickler on time. So I don't know of a story of where they have been late. They were only late once during their time at school, if ever, and they never were late again.
You were always very precise laying out the schedule. For instance, if it was an early morning trip, I remember that 6:18 that the van would be here, and 6:22 you would expect the stoplight to change from red to green so that you could pick up the next golfer on the way to the airport. Did that come from your military background?
It sure did. I was a pilot for 26 years, and I remember back in the first days, we had 36 airplanes out there, and start engine's time was 7:26. You could see the number 3 blade of the propeller, all 36 airplanes, turning exactly at 7:36. And I just carried that on to the golf team.
And then how did your players incorporate that precision into their daily lives?
Well, they were at class on time, but you know, during the tournament, we had such a routine that if they were on the practice green before their tee time, you didn't have to mention, hey, hurry up, you'll be late for your tee time. They knew exactly what their timing was to be there 5 minutes ahead of their scheduled tee time, and they were relaxed and ready to go.
You've early on in our conversation, you mentioned Patty Sheehan and Juli Inkster, two who are in the International Golf Hall of Fame, but the legacy of San Jose State women's golf doesn't stop there.
No, we have players that, well, like Dana Dormann was an honor student, came here at 17 years old, and now she's assistant coach for the team. And we had Tracy Hansen, Pat Hurst, and then we had Janice Moody and Vibeke Stensrud, and they were ranked number 1 and 2 in the country, and they came close to winning the national championship, but 145-yard shot came screaming in the green from our opponent, and it went right in the hole, and so we tied for winning the national championship.
Well, you know, to your right, there are 3 NCAA championship trophies, and that's certainly a testament, but another proof that San Jose State wasn't just a one-horse wonder was that 9 consecutive years going to the NCAA championship and bringing home a trophy. That clearly shows consistency of excellence.
Well, we were mighty proud of that, and I can remember 12 tournaments in a row that the team won, and that was a nice record also. Again,
you're going to be recognized with this recognition. You're in, I think, 5 or 6 different halls of fame now, and that's certainly a wonderful summation of an outstanding career. And Mark, I hope it's a great evening for you on February 4th.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and several of my family members will be there, and friends and friends from San Jose State.